Hello everyone, good evening Vietnam, I'm Tester and you are watching SkillzVault. Today we are playing the last qualifications for Vietnam, so it is your last chance to play and fight for $5,000 in Bitcoin Vault. And if you will be the best between countries, you will get additional $6,000 in Bitcoin Vault. So it is your last chance, now or never. Are you ready? I hope so. Let's start. Explain a video. Hi there, SkillzVault is finally live. There's an opportunity to find new global esports stars who had not had a chance to show themselves so far or who are simply hiding their presence from the world. Now it is a chance for them to be on everyone's lips. Perhaps this is what we are waiting for. Perhaps it is you who meet your idol and try to become the best duo partner in global competition between countries. Of which countries we are talking about?
There are 5 countries participating in SkillzVault. Korea. Registration starts on the 9th of August. The finals, in the other hand, will start on the 18th of September. Japan. Registration for this country will start on the 30th of August, and the final part will start on the 10th of October. Vietnam. The qualifiers will start on the 9th of September. Final part will start on the 10th of October. China will start qualifying on the 27th of September, while the finals will take place on the 6th of November. Brazil, which you can sign up for from the 11th of October, while the finals will take place on November.
Both stars are for your disposal, but only if you try you'll be able to find out who you play better with in duo. Represent your country and fight for the SkillzVault champion title and for $6,000 in Bitcoin Vault per region. Will you be the best in your country individually? We will find out in the finals, but if you will win, you will get additional $5,000 in Bitcoin Vault. Don't wait, sign up now. In the end of this video, I said don't wait, sign up now, and this is the address you should go. So www.skillzvault.gg. You can sign up now and you can play together with us today. Last chance for Vietnam people, for Vietnam country. Last chance. Go there now and sign up. So we have 3 guys already qualified and they will play together with the stars because we have 2 stars from each region, from each country, like 2 stars from China, 2 stars from Brazil, 2 stars from Korea, Japan, and of course 2 stars from Vietnam, and they are waiting for you. 3 guys, like I said, already qualified, so this is a last chance for you to play with, for example, Quan from Vietnam, and this is my interview with him. Hi, hello there, I'm Testrin, you are watching SkillzVault. Today's interview is for us to get closer to our stars. Today with me is Quan from Vietnam. Hi, hello, how are you?
Hôm nay mình ổn.
Hello, I will ask you a few questions. Are you ready? Can we start?
Okay, mình rất là sẵn sàng rồi.
Okay, perfect. So, the first question. Who are you going to be for SkillzVault?
Mình là Quang Khuấn, tên thật của mình là Bùi Bá Quang và mình là streamer của Box Studio Việt Nam. Mong muốn để khi mà tham gia cái giải đấu lần này thì bộ môn PUBG Mobile cũng là một tựa game mình rất là yêu thích và mình rất là vui khi mà được tham gia vào cái giải đấu lần này. Thì mình sẽ khi mà tham gia thì mình chắc là mình sẽ rất là cố gắng để có thể giành được một giải thưởng gì đó trong giải đấu lần này thì mình sẽ rất là vui.
Pleasure to meet you too. So, who do you think I'm going to play with?
Nếu như mà chọn đồng đội thì chắc là sẽ chọn các người đồng đội nói chung là chơi có thể khả năng teamwork với nhau.
Okay, thank you. So, communication, shooting, fighting, perfect weapons. What are you going to focus during each game?
Em sẽ tập trung nhất vào phần giao tiếp và phần chắc là kỹ năng.
What is going to be your role in a team, Quang?
Hiện tại trong những lần chơi PUBG Mobile thì chắc là nhiệm vụ của em chắc là leader call team, hay kiểu call mọi người di chuyển theo cái kế hoạch của mình.
Okay, so you are like some kind of a in-game leader, and who do you think should participate in the event?
Đối với em thì cái trò chơi này thì ai cũng có thể tham gia được, miễn là không quá nhỏ và có thể thực sự đam mê với game bắn súng.
Last question to you, Kwang. According to you, what is SkillzVault? What do you think?
Với cái góc nhìn nhận của em thì đối với cái giải đấu SkillzVault lần này là một cái giải đấu mà rất là gọi là hội tụ được rất là nhiều những cái người chơi tốt trên rất là nhiều thế giới. Đó thì em cũng rất là vui khi mà mình được đại diện cho Việt Nam để tham gia vào cái giải đấu lần này.
It was also a pleasure to talk with you, Kwang. Thank you very much.
Em cũng rất là vui khi mà hôm nay được tham gia buổi phỏng vấn này của giải đấu, và em chúc cho giải đấu sẽ rất là thành công, và chúc cho mọi người tham gia giải đấu sẽ thực sự là cố gắng hết mình khi tham gia trong giải đấu.
And I wish you luck. I'm sure you'll be one of the best players here. I know you a little bit. Now we all know you just for a little. That's all for today. This was Quan from Vietnam, and I'm Testry. Thank you very much. See you in the next material. Okay, and the last thing for you, that's all for today, but you can check our social media to be up to date with SkillzVault. Thank you. See you again. Okay, so this was Quan, and now it is time for Tien Zombie V4. Hello, I'm Testry, and you are watching SkillzVault. Today with me is Tien Zombie V4 from Vietnam. Hello, how are you today?
Tôi khỏe, cảm ơn bạn.
Perfect, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Are you ready?
Tôi sẵn sàng rồi.
Okay, so let's have a little chat with you. So first of all, who are you going to be for SkillzVault?
Tôi hy vọng mình sẽ lấy được top 1. Đó chính là một mục tiêu duy nhất của tôi khi tham dự giải đấu này.
Okay, all right. So our influencer said he's only thinking about winning the competition. I like it. And who do you think you are going to play with?
Thực sự là tôi có xem danh sách những đối thủ của mình, ai cũng tay to hết, ai cũng là kẻ đáng sợ, nhưng mà tôi hy vọng muốn đọ sức nhất là với người Hàn Quốc.
Yeah, but you said also that you are mostly afraid of Korean guys. Why?
Bởi vì nền eSports của Hàn Quốc rất là phát triển, nhưng mà những cái gì càng sợ thì tôi càng muốn chinh phục.
Keep my fingers crossed. Please tell me, communication, shooting, finding the best weapon, what are you going to focus on during each game?
Cái yếu tố mà tôi muốn tập trung vào nhất đó chính là kỹ thuật, bởi vì về tính giao tiếp đồng đội thì đây là những người đồng đội mới của tôi không chắc chắn về vấn đề này, nên là cái để tôi vin vào để lấy top 1 đó chính là kỹ năng cá nhân của mình.
And what is going to be your role in a team?
Vị trí tôi ưa thích nhất trong team đó chính là tanker, bởi vì đây là một vị trí có thể mang rất là nhiều lợi thế cho team.
Okay, that's nice. According to you, what is SkillzVault?
Theo tôi thấy, SkillzVault là một cơ hội để biến ước mơ của mình thành hiện thực. Bởi vì mình ấy đã có mơ ước thành game thủ rất lâu rồi, nhưng mà thực sự là thời gian cũng như là cái cuộc sống của mình không cho phép ấy, nên đây là một cơ hội để mình có thể biến giấc mơ ấy thành hiện thực.
And what do you think, who should participate in the event?
Người tham dự có lẽ là những người như những bạn học sinh có thời gian rảnh vào kỳ nghỉ hè này, hay là những bạn game thủ mà muốn trải nghiệm một cái giải đấu gì đấy nó vui vẻ, nó for fun một chút.
Okay, you've heard what Tien Zombie V4 just said. SkillzVault is for everyone, so do not wait. Join right now to the qualifications. And if you want to be up to date, just follow our social media. Everything is there. Thank you very much, Tien Zombie.
Cảm ơn vì đã mời em tham dự giải đấu này.
Thank you. Bye bye. So one month before the tournament, Tien Zombie V4 said that he is afraid of Korean players. And that was the truth, because Korea is one of the best countries right now. For me, the best country in SkillzVault, in whole SkillzVault. And we'll talk a little bit with our casters today about SkillzVault, about countries, but mostly about new caster. Hello guys, we have Professor Tazan here, but we have also Highland Wolf. Hello guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, so we know Professor very, very well, but Highland, please tell us something about yourself.
Oh man, a little bit about myself. So obviously I've been in the scene, love PUBG Mobile, I've been casting it for quite a while right now, but first time on side SkillzVault, and I thought, I better get ready. So, I've got the top already on. I'm ready to cast for the first day, and we're ready to get into some Vietnam action.
So you're well prepared, but I've heard that you know each other very well. Please, Professor, can you describe our new caster in a few words?
He is my partner in crime. He definitely entered the scene before I did, but when it comes to being on the professional level, getting picked up by the talents desk of global PUBG Mobile, that is, we were about the same time, I believe. So we grew together a little bit, not actually grew up, but in the scene, in casting, and he is my play-by-play caster, and I do the color casting side usually, but we can switch it up. We haven't properly tried, but we can do a little bit of testing right in here, and for sure, we are uptight. I'm joking. We are just very serious about the game. We love analyzing the game and all that, so today we're here to have some fun whilst giving a little bit of insights.
All right, I cannot wait to hear you during the game, but one question for you, Highland. Why Highland Wolf? It is about Hannes Howell book with the same title?
Actually, it was just kind of a name that I kind of thought up. It was better than the previous usernames I had, but it was
what was the previous one?
Yeah. It was actually my address of my old house. It used to be called Amber, but we got kind of confused because sometimes people thought I was female, so we got to change it eventually.
All right. It is hard to put in your address in the nickname, because if you getting popular and more popular, you will get so many visitors. So thank you guys.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. We'll call you later. We will catch you after 2 or 3 videos, all right? And we talk about the game. Thanks. All right, so we have today a new caster, but we have also old topic, because we are talking about Bitcoin Vault here. And I've checked before the studio, but before the stream starts, how is going on with Bitcoin Vault, and I saw that the price and the value is going up. It is increased in the last 24 hours by 9%. So as in SkillzVault, don't wait, sign in. So it is with Bitcoin Vault. Don't wait, just buy. And why? Maybe our expert will explain everything.
Bitcoin Vault, it's a cryptocurrency. It's like any other cryptocurrency there is on the market, except one difference. The difference is quite huge, because in Bitcoin Vault we allow users to reverse a transaction. It means that if you make a mistake, if you send money to the wrong address, or you just simply change your mind, you can reverse the transaction. It's quite the opposite with other cryptocurrencies, where you send the money and it's sent. It's already gone from your wallet. In our case, you have 24 hours to make a decision, to change your decision, if you want to proceed with your transaction or you want to cancel it.
So Bitcoin Vault global, you should visit that site, and now it is how to play last time in Vietnam, how to play with us. Hi there, SkillzVault is finally live. There's an opportunity to find new global esports stars who had not had a chance to show themselves so far or who are simply hiding their presence from the world. Now it is a chance for them to be on everyone's lips. If you are from Vietnam and your unfulfilled dream is to play alongside a star and become a professional esports player, there's only one way you can make it happen: SkillzVault. But how can you participate in it? It's very, very easy. You enter the specially prepared SkillzVault website, which you will find at the address skillvault.gg. Then you will find the sign up tab. There you will be able to see the option to sign up for one of the 4 qualifying tournaments. Thanks to that, you will join the stars who are waiting for you in the match stage of the tournament. And which stars we are talking about?
Quang Nguyen is the first Vietnam player with whom you can form the best duo in the fight for the global SkillzVault champion. Tien Zombie V4 is the second Vietnam player waiting for you. Remember to sign up as soon as possible.
Okay, so remember that there are 4 qualifying rounds. So even if you can't sign up for the first one, we'll accept you on the second with open arms. So if you are ready to become the best, it is worth knowing how and what you will fight for. In each country, the tournament was divided into 3 stages. The first is the qualifying phase, the second is the match phase, and the third is the final. Together with the stars, you will take part in 2 of them, gaining both individual points and those that will add up to the global SkillzVault ranking. If you are the best in your country, a big share of the $6,000 prize pool in Bitcoin Vault awaits you. But that's not all. If your country turns out to be the best among all participants, you will receive a whopping $5,000 in Bitcoin Vault prize and the SkillzVault champion title, as well as eternal respect and a chance to be noticed by headhunters looking for players. If this sounds like an opportunity to you, don't waste it. Sign up now. Alright, so now you know how to play with us, and it is time to talk with our casters again. I've heard that the match will start in 10 minutes, so we have 10 minutes to talk with our casters to, make some Q&A with Highland Wolf, because, we all want to know you a little better. So we have some questions about your personality, but I want to ask how much you know SkillzVault. Do you know the project? Maybe you was watching some games?
So I've actually only just heard of it for this event, but honestly, from what I've seen, it looks pretty insane. I'm just gonna say really jealous of your studio, because obviously I do actually have work at university for also broadcast production. So in terms of your studio, wait, it's pretty crisp.
Okay, we have like 15 men here to move the cameras and stuff. A lot of
It's
people
more than
here.
I have.
Some girls to make makeup and everything here. Just sushi guy is making sushi right now. Actually, it is okay. Maybe it's not the truth, but let's stick to SkillzVault. So you've heard that Korea is the best right now.
Yeah, I've heard it Korea is the best. Also, though, really excited to see what the rest of these regions can do, because particularly China, obviously I've seen PL and all of these other competitions from PUBG Mobile in that region. I would have to argue that, China looks like a little bit of a better team when it comes to them versus Korea.
Okay, so we will start the qualifications for China in 2 days. Yeah, on Sunday, I think. We need to check that, but I think on Sunday we will start the qualifications for China. I cannot wait, actually, because I also believe in this region. But okay, so you know that Korea is the best, so we can talk about Vietnam, because when we are talking about Vietnam, it is all about fun, I think. I remember second or the third qualification, and it was fun. Yeah. What do you remember, Professor, when we are talking about Vietnam?
a lot of memeable moments, I would say, on that day. We talk about VSS like from time to time because I love that gun, like for
Yes.
very weird reasons. And then, of course, Sandstorm doesn't like it, and we've seen someone who really just missed someone who ran in front of him, but eventually found him in the building next door, is very close, like 10 meters, and found his fingertip, right? And he killed him by shooting the fingertip. And that's one of the many moments that we had for this region so far. It's just, I don't know what to expect. Like, I know Highland Wolf's in for a treat because things are different, and sometimes it's great, like to be so different that you actually have a huge giggle. So today, I hope we have a mix between those type of moments, like maybe a lot, as well as good skills. Because last qualification, we want to see some more good players and more populated lobby, and then we will get to have a great time.
Yeah, it is the last chance. Vietnam. I actually love Vietnam because we have so much fun in the studio. Also, when you were casting, also when we were talking about this, I remember also this moment when one guy was hiding in a ghillie suit in a building, and one guy was jumping, trying to shoot him with a shotgun. It was a really nice moments. I really missed it, but okay, now it is not time for making fun of us, making fun of SkillzVault. We want guys with skill, because it is all about SkillzVault. Yeah, SkillzVault, not FunVault.
True.
So it is the last chance for Vietnam. I hope there are some people who will show themselves with a good skill. Yeah, this is what I'm waiting for. But what are you waiting for, Highland Wolf?
Oh man, I'm waiting to be surprised. I mean, I've not obviously seen all of these regions before, so very exciting for me because first time I actually get to cast all of Vietnam, China, Korea, every one of these regions. So to just honestly see what they can bring to the table is exactly what number one thing I want to be looking for from all of these players, particularly, but also very exciting to see how they'll play later on with all of course, our celebrities too, because this is also something that is fresh to me.
All right, so guys, it is more or less 5 minutes to start the first game of the day. Thank you so much. I want to see this synergy we were talking about, that you know each other very, very well. I want to see that synergy during the cast. Thank you so much. Last 5 minutes is for you, and then we are going to jump. We are going to jump straight into the game. Thank you, and have fun.
You know what? This is new for you. Like, how are you feeling, honestly? I'm hosting this time,
oh,
so
man,
let's try this out.
First day nerves. It's like first day nerves all over again, Todd. This is what it feels like.
It doesn't have to be. You got me, we got this, we've been through all these, not this type of stuff, right? But a little bit of rules to the viewers as well. Of course, we are really fighting for some points here, and we've got 2 games today. We've got the first one being Erangel, then we move on to the second one, Miramar. It's the last qualification. So for the other regions, if you're watching and you're ready to go, like if you played the first one, for example, and you miss it, you couldn't qualify, can't be that top one, then you can come back in the later qualifications. But no more chances for the Vietnamese region, unfortunately. But one player will get to qualify to our finals to play with those influencers. And the way that we calculate these points, right? Jake is his name, by the way. Okay, Highland Wolf, we've got this point system where we basically add the placement with kills as always, but placement we have for the chicken dinner winner 400 points, and then we have a 20-point difference between those places for the maybe top 10 roughly. Then we have a 10-point difference for the more like above average pack, and all the way to around 40th you get a 5-point difference per placement. But when it comes to kill, you get 30 points per kill. So that is where you can do a little bit of quick. It's not quick maths, by the way. We love talking about quick maths all the time. It's not quick. It's not easy. But sometimes you just want to see the best PUBG, right? So that comes with those 2 numbers added together. We get our power factor or skill factor, something like that. So I need a reminder. But yes, it's a very fancy term. Yeah. So like whoever gets the highest amount after those 2 games will qualify. And we'll use that same point system to calculate, what's going through on the final days, because we've got 2 series for final days. We've got the first 8 games, and we've got the later 4, and 2 games will be played at the same time, like for that. So small spoiler, not really. I mean, I expect some of you to have been watching already. So how do you feel, after what seems to be a very, very different point system to what we're usually working with?
I mean, I'm just going to say, we struggle sometimes, or I struggle to count to 10 in these games. I mean, numbers are hard, okay? So when you start speaking to me of power factors, of differences with points, Tarzan, it gets a little bit too much for me. But I'll work my little small dog brain out, and we'll see if we can try find out who's on top by the end.
Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. We've been playing this game. We all, both know Sandstorm. So yes, we have some other jobs for the Arabian region that we've done all these work together to analyze to the smallest, finest details. We have these terms like min-max. Sometimes we say we care about these small things, right? We always talk about it. What would be your biggest query, or should I say interest, when it comes to the area of skill from today's players?
Honestly, when it comes to area of skill, I want to see how these players play in terms of their play style. Are they going to be a team, or players here that are going to be aggressive? Are they going to be more passive? How are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to be like the Arabian region, where they focus more on utility, on grenades, on Molotovs, and be accurate with those? Or are they going to be more like the European play style, potentially, where you go in guns blazing? That's the difference I want to see. And I think that's what is also going to separate between all of the regions that we look at, because it obviously being different regions means that we will get to obviously experience 5 probably completely different play styles.
Yeah, very different play styles. After all, it is a solos tournament. So when you talk about utilities, yes, we've seen some very good moments. And they are literally a category called sad ways to die. I know it's always sad, but there are that category where it's both sad, bad, and hilarious plus embarrassing. It's very hard. So what can you think of when it comes to this sucky ways of dying in solo mode?
Oh man, I mean, the saddest part for me is if you really, really try and you go edge of the zone all of the first 15-20 minutes, you grab all of your smoke roads, you're trying to head up through into the final shift, you have everything laid out, and then just one nade from on the top of the hill that you're trying to get to just goes down and just bombs you instantly, and you just die. Because it's solos, right? You could spend 20 minutes preparing. There is no teammate to revive you. So if you make all of this beautiful plan, it's not for nothing if you just get bombed from the moment you enter into that zone.
Well, exactly. There are more ways. For example, red zone. I don't know.
Oh, there's red
zones.
Flipping
of a car. We've seen last time, a car flying down the edge of the screen, and then someone appeared on kill feed. So we've seen many different things, but that countdown timer is done. Though, we need to find out. I sometimes think driving is such a hard skill in this game. Since I've done this event, then I realized that I'm not very good myself either. So we are ready though to go into the first game anytime. So producers will let us know when we are ready. So we will just still try to get something out of final for now. So getting prepared for what's going to what we're going to see. Okay, we play multiple games. You get to choose, right? Sandstorm and myself play listing the guns game. We play guessing of plane path, guessing of phase 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. So you get to pick your mini game right now, or you can start your new one. Okay, you can completely start a new game if you want. Well, we can't play that first one already. You want to play plane path?
I was going to play the plane path. I know, I was on my head. I was we always play the plane path, Tarzan. It's we got to show them, but no, it's already there. What the heck? So unfortunately, we're going to have to do guess the circles. Honestly, I think that's the next thing we got to do, because I just love, honestly, predicting where those go. Also, you mentioned red zones. Are these a thing?
Yes. In this lobby, I believe so. So this is going to be quite interesting. So very lovely thing to do, like in the past, is to study the names, because man, like we can like ignore it for now so that we can test our immediate like skill in, I don't know, like phonics, wherever you want to call it. But we've seen some players coming back. Like one, to say the least, would be Princess, not on our screen, but previously. So 12 players in here, and 3 of them gone to South Georgia Bowl. This is nice. It's one of those classical hot drops. 4, in fact. Okay, this is going to be a spicy one. I like to break these down initially, but I may just give this one to you. You can just make a bet. Like, there's no info, practically, for you to find out who to support, but that is going to be tricky, and
that's not good.
That's not good. I'll tell you why I'm disappointed as well. He tried with the M16. Like, sometimes you think, like, only in kind of pro play, all pros go for this like single tap mode, right? If you're burst mode, you're probably a noob, but like short range is very hard to say. You can see, but he was so ready to change it to tap mode, but the other person's just got the automatic gun, man, and it's none other than the Vector, one of my favorites.
You know, it's like one of those cringe moments inside of those films where they look to try shoot someone, but then they forget that actually we need to put the bullets inside their gun, or they forget to actually put the safety trigger down. That's exactly one of those situations, Tarzan, in South Georgia Bowl. I mean, to be fair, we've already got, though, 2 other players here, and I love what Ashley Sona is doing, because personally, for me, I may be a wolf, but I much love to see all of these players going really high up, because, I mean, you also know me. I'm a man of information. I'm a man of information as power. And for Sona to get all of this high ground, already shooting down a man, I mean, we could be down to 2 players if he lands those shots, but the crates protect him, and that's a crucial part. I mean, with the warehouses behind, don't expect anyone to fall. Much more nervous, though, player 9. I'm not going to guess the name. I am not fluent in Vietnamese, but that is either way going to be number 9 in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah. What do you call those? Huge, tall things. I've always struggled. We haven't come up with a name yet because we didn't all forget that.
Spider legs.
What
spider legs.
We call them spider legs. Okay,
yes,
that is
a spider legs
pretty
now.
huge spider. Okay. Do you like
spiders? Could you imagine finding out in your bathroom?
Spiders? No, but you know what? Like, okay,
actually, no.
Info. Hey, I don't mind them. They are actually a very healthy bug. They catch, dust, they catch the small other insects, so it's not bad. So VSS, I love this gun. Okay, I'm going to rub it in one more time, but what we saw there, okay, from number 16, we got his name, we'll get to it, we'll learn it when he's popping off. Okay, SLR, pretty good early gun for early game, I should say, but the first shots that he took, he did not zoom in, he did not ADS. So I was like, are you nervous, my friend? Because he actually knows how to swap to FPP mode. I don't know how much that helped him. So that's the first bit of info there. So Pae Sonne, should we go with that? Number 9, though.
Yes. Pae Sonne. I mean,
Pae Sonne.
You can put it with a Scottish accent. You could be like, Pae Sonne, man. Like, you could like really hype it up, you know?
I need to have a sip of water, mate. How good is that?
No.
Is that even close?
Oh, no. Tarzan, no. We're not going here already. Oh, my days. I mean, Pae Sonne, in a little bit of trouble, though, to be fair. Man is actually already coming forwards, and man is hot when he's got that gun in his hand. He's got those 40 bullets in his clip. And to be honest, I think through this fight, waiting so long around here, also going to be a little bit dangerous, because all these players being in this location for so long, they're probably not looting up. They're probably trying to find these angles. As you can see, Sonny going high up onto the spider legs. Man now jumping about the crates yards once more time, trying to find these shots, and it looked like they might back them. Oh my days, Sonny with the clip straight onto him. And that zone as well, though, Tarzan. We saw a little bit of a quick one as we jump over also towards more Savannah here. And yes, I Pollyanna, should I say, I think, to be fair, that realistically here with this northeastern zone, probably actually the rest here of South going to be pretty happy with how this first game's going.
Yeah, I mean, pretty happy with the zone. We always just need these cars, though, right? We talk about how punishing it can be, like when it comes to being a solo and not having cars as well. Like we've just seen that yesterday when we casted together. Like cars, very scary when the full team is in one. But if you're just a solo, it's about finding
It's
that
always
line
scary.
of entry, right? It has all okay. This is suddenly popping off right now. So we actually have South Georgia Post, settled. Number 9 though, that is Chinese, by the way. And that is very interesting. Like for me, it's very interesting as someone who can speak like Chinese to. I wonder how it looks like Chinese characters to other people, right? It just looks like shapes, maybe, but that name actually directly translates to your youth, like your youth.
Wow.
And it's so interesting. Like 5 characters. I'm not going to say it in Mandarin, but yeah, it's interesting. But he did show some potential, though. I actually like the lobby so far. We like to analyze movements, Sandstorm and myself, before you got to join the party. It's actually quite interesting to predict how good someone is based on how smooth the looting phase is. We're talking about not running into doors, zigzagging, putting your gun away when needed, or even swap to FPP mode to make the items on the floor a little bit clearer. So that will be an interesting one. And that South Georgia Pool fight was pretty spicy because all teams, I say all players, all teams is not wrong, okay, but those players were pretty decent, based on movement and small mechanics.
Actually, here though, for Abba over inside of Pachinki, very much a great position for him. I mean, when he got Malak, yes, Malak coming forward in the open, a little bit risky actually for him. Because to be fair, if the rest of Abudi can actually find this player crossing over in the open, it should be a very clean kill. He has the ability clearly to do so. He's got the pocket of that gun in his hands. He just cannot find him. So I think actually by letting him through here, though, Tarzan, they're in a tricky position because now with 2 players inside Pachinki, you may have finally spotted him. Could be dangerous because now you don't have that clean open. Have actually found him now and does find him, executes him down. It's like green pop through the bush of blood. I mean, to be fair, now it's just like lunch. It's like picking up free food at this point for Rabba Abudi. Tarzan already inside the bush, grabs through the loot and is going to be on his merry way into this first phase zone, into second phase. I mean, also, just going to predict right now, while we're in a little bit of a quiet section, of where this zone is going to go. Because you wanted to play this game. We're going to play a game, Tarzan, and I'm going to guess, okay, that this zone is going to go all the way to Stalber Hill. Because I am very much a man, as I said, of high ground. I'm a man of culture. And I feel that Stalber Hill, it doesn't get so much love, It's got a beautiful observatory, those ridge lines, the shape, the formation of Stalber Hill is a one of its own.
Yeah. Okay, now you're making me think where I want the zone to go based on my name. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to purely guess. I didn't even see the previous circle. I'm a little bit old now, right? Like, and you know what? Hey, there we go. Like, thank you, team. I will pick. I know it's unlikely, but I will pick Shelter. No, yes, I'll pick Shelter because it makes me feel safe, and I'll tell you why. Like whenever I cast SkillzVault, it reminds me of how I started. For some reason, like playing this game, casting this game. I remember watching some of the earliest days. They've now all like blown up, right? Because the game blown up as well, and they've got so popular. But some influencers from that early times talk about best bunkers or best drops in the game, and I thought this Shelter is so interesting. Like people don't know which one is the best entrance, and I was so proud of myself back then to know how to play Shelter, hot drop it, pick out of the 4. Doors, or should I say entrances. I picked the one that is the quickest to get into, get some guns. Also, just one out of the 2 entrances that can lead you end to end and not enter from, the middle ones. So my looting path is good, So, what? I'll pick Shelter. It makes me feel nostalgic. It makes me feel safe. It makes me feel cheeky now that we see people use it in pro play. And Grease King, welcome back. Grease King 48 didn't make it last time. But no problem. Come back and try your luck again. And of course, with the AWM, that is a very, very big gun. We're talking about people not having the right armor, then you don't even need a headshot.
I mean, you need a tier 3 helmet straight up, Tarzan, if you want to survive a headshot from the AWM. Is not going to be any other that will do the trick for you. And also, I'm just going to head back because towards the shelter side. I mean, shelter as well, gotta love it. But are you then like a one-trick pony, to be fair? Because, I mean, you talked about how great it was. Oh my goodness gracious me. I mean, talk about great. That is... How many flips was that? At least a 3,000 degrees flip there from Grease King. Oh my days. I mean, that's enough to make you feel nauseous.
2,560. I did the calculation. It was 7 spins. I don't
wow.
know.
Holy maths, man. I mean, better than me. I mean, I said I could only count to 10, so.
You know, it's just, you know, the series of impulse, right? Like, your tick as a person. When I see that, I couldn't help but go back and think how many did he actually flip, right? And I couldn't help after thinking it's 7 to do the math. Like, something's not right, but I think it's also good because not everyone like doing the math. I actually hate math, but I just want to figure out of curiosity. What? And hey, what do you mean? Like, yes, it's hard to believe, right? I'm kind of the number crunching guy when we work, and now I say I don't like math. How does that make you feel?
I know, right? I feel broken. I feel broken inside, honestly. I mean, I've known you for what now? The entire year, Tarzan, you tell me right at the end now that you don't like maths after all of this time. How could you? I mean, even last year, I knew you, and you were still the maths guy then. I mean, what will I do now? I'm just a noob. I'm just a flimming dog. I mean, who dogs don't do maths. Dogs don't do maths, Tarzan. This is your job.
Okay. It is my job, but you know what? I'm now trying to enter a very philosophical question now, or topic. You don't have to be good at something to like it. And just because you can do something pretty well doesn't mean you completely enjoy it, eh? Like, that is when people talk about passion and all this stuff. But people actually get lost. When, to be fair, like, we can go deep. I love deep, and that's actually very true. Like, even when I was, you know, going through education or whatnot, you see these people who really enjoy doing something because they just like it. They don't have to be good, and they have a great time. But when you know, I've been coaching in the past, right? That is the issue. Sometimes people only enjoy the sense of glory. They like being good at things, and speaking of being good, we have Sone still fragging out. And tell me very quickly, how many kills has he got so far?
Oh, if he's got 4 kills, right, then he's got, what, 120 points so far already inside this game, and he's not even...
See?
Yeah, oh my days, I do know maths. It's a miracle, boys and girls. We can actually count to 120 now. We've already learned. By the end of the day, we'll be at least by 1,000.
There we go. So that's skill factor. No, the power factor. I forgot the term. I'm so sorry, but you get what I mean, guys. Skill factor.
We gotta be in line. Be in line with the competition. Be in line with the times, man.
Exactly. And math question is how we calculate certain part of skill factor for casters and driving skills. We talked about it not the third time. Okay. If he did that 360,
that would have been beautiful.
I will PayPal him 50 cents per card trick. No, that sounds no good. 50 cents. I don't know, like currency fees, like that's even okay. And zone as well. Sometimes we need to sympathize. Sometimes we forget. Like, you know, I'm the mean guy in pro players. Like, you are the pro guy. You can't do this. This looks stupid. But sometimes, you know, when you see someone dying to the zone, it reminds you of what connection issues can be. Huge problem, but right here.
Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Inside the vehicle. This gets run down. It's like a mafia coming through onto Grease King. Poor boy himself. Grease King dead again. I mean, he's still got one more game to try again, but it looks like even here, July is in a little bit of a problem, because also look who's coming around from the backside. Princess is also there, not gonna be coming in the same direction. But honestly, that felt like straight out of a movie. You get out of the loot, you get completely baited in the crate, is your undoing. And also, to be honest, right, and now, but guess what he's got? Guess what Yesaiah's got? He's got the AWM through from Grease King. Okay. I mean, when you're full range, right, the AWM is not going to do much. He's able to take him down, but now, Good job. He's got the AWM. He can then go on high ground, long range himself. And I mean, even a man such as Sonny, can he really cope with the AWM when it just pops him right on the front door?
I don't know. I mean, it's the only gun that can one-shot someone even with the level 3 helmet, actually. No, there is also the crossbow. But anyway, that series of events, like, it's actually very... Okay. It's a very SkillzVault.
Has anyone died? The crossbow?
Yes. I don't think so.
Have you ever seen it?
I've
never seen it. I've never seen it.
I feel like I've seen it in only clips, and but not when I'm casting, right? But what Issa did, or Jadisa, I don't know. What we would go with Issa. Okay, that's the name. And what he did, that was a very SkillzVault thing, was he popped his spike next to it, and then the other person couldn't see the bike. They stop, and then he just go for like drops anyway, and then Issa's just waiting and waiting, and so funny is the fact that he killed him like with that clip, and then he's got that laser sight and spinning around behind the car, and he was still crouching. He's not done camping yet, like the camping mode was still on, and then so that is the first thing, right? And AUG, by the way, I don't know how you find that gun. I personally quite like it. I know Sandstorm bloody love it. And but speaking of weapon, we've seen all sorts right here. We've seen VSS, of course, but we've seen very cluster fights, 2 to 3 players, all with revolver or pistols in the past. So you're in for a treat. Yes, you are in for a bloody treat.
Not. I mean, you talked about how the revolver is buff, but to be honest, I'm also a guy that just takes like the Uzi and the Scorpion who needs long range. I mean, you just if you have the Uzi and the Scorpion, just run someone down, you like, pop, and then you just take them away. It's honestly, it's like the police, man. I am just the executioner when it comes to PUBG, and I'm gonna arrest everyone with the Uzi and the Scorpion. That is me. Also, can only take bots though. I mean, I am just the bot. Honestly, I am just the arrester of bots. That is me. But when it comes to players, we had the strategy. We had the knowledge of casting this for quite a while now. And we were like, we know what we need to do.
Yes.
But when it comes to the execution, the execution is like an entirely different thing. You know, we get a little bit scared on the battlefield sometimes.
Yes, and we are already wrong, by the way, so we have nothing to lose. The circle goes to Yasnaya. I know, man, like I've seen in PMPL, like in the past, we've got some teams going back-to-back chicken dinners or whatnot, just in Yasnaya Poliana. So we're both wrong. There's no Stelba, there's no Shelter. Ripped to the ass. Okay, that doesn't sound very good, but you get what I mean. Stelba and Shelter. Huh? Okay, so
we're gonna skip over that one real quick.
We're gonna skip over that one, and we're gonna move back to the city. And I think it's tricky, right? Like playing city finishes. Where to park your car or whatnot, but in solo mode it's just a complete different thing. Like you sometimes want to be on the outskirts if you can find a dip, so catching whoever is slipping, through the window, you slowly come into range, not being too loud, park your car far enough so they can't hear you or see you coming in, slowly creep your way through, crawl in, and then get a nade. Done. Boom. We've seen that before, right? So that type of knowledge and skill, you talk about utilities, is still very much applicable in here. And this spot, it'll be interesting. I think we can see that Sava is really playing that style where I'm just going to survive. Right? I'm going to edge in, but sometimes you don't know. Like someone can share the same idea, and what seems to be a very difficult journey, slowly stuttering in, this is where the info gets passed over.
Oh, he's got a Galaxy bow. I mean, he is really missing frame rate is what's happening here, and Zephyr kind of makes it all the more difficult to honestly quite shoot someone who is walking at probably at least a good 3 FPS here, Tarzan, inside the battlefield itself. So, I mean, Geronimo is his name, and he seems to be landing those nades straight down onto Zephyr Car, but he's unfortunately not on the roof, so Zephyr Car is going to be safe inside his home, although his roof may need a little bit of repair work after this one, and Zephyr Car is just going to wait, because all of these utilities is going to now be used, but the problem is, also the smoke has been deployed, so clearly what is happening on now the bottom side is, well, he's taking down the roof, and he's idea now is if I also blow up the floor that Zephyr Car is standing on the first floor itself, then surely in PUBG World, he will just fall down. And then he will be in the ruins of all the broken floor on the ground. And then he can finally come in. And then finally, he can find him.
Wow, that is very beautifully phrased. I don't know. It's so... I don't know. I can see exactly what you're saying, and I couldn't help.
It's like demolition. It's a demolition strategy.
Yes, it's cinematics, right? And you know what? Yes, 3 frames. Are you sure? You know, like whoever's watching, press like, subscribe, or follow. Yes, like 1 like equals 1 frame, 1 FPS, so that he can slowly get back into civilization. As you can see, yes, Ghillie Suit is the golden days, the older days, but also golden days. Civilization sucks, but yes, still we want some FPS, as we saw on kill feed as well. Actually, Sony getting another kill.
I mean, already Sony is absolutely, undoubtedly popping off here, but still got to be the fight between both of these two over inside the building. And inside the epic car, I think he's found him, unfortunately. Ghillie Suit clearly not disguised enough. I mean, Zephyr car pops him out of the grass and takes his Ghillie Suit, will take all of his loot and find his way further inside the zone. But also Zephyr car, I mean, he is far from the zone. And this Yasnaya Polyana now shift, already going towards the city. Thankful for him that it is going to be in the city, because he's not going to have to worry about getting caught out by PlayStation, by also Issa already inside of there, considering they're also seem to be in their own fight as well. But more so to the point that if he isn't fast enough, then potentially this fight gets wrapped up, then it's going to be more difficult to actually have that element third party of surprise.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? That was a very quick kill. They kill him within 3 frames. That is insane. and you know what? Like,
I know.
Is completely true. Like with Yasnaya, and I actually find this city a bit scary. Like when, as a player in the past, I find it scary for 2 reasons. Yes, like one, it's so huge that you don't know where the next guy is. It's so huge that you sometimes don't even render in who's on the other side of this town, and then you just get punished so hard. So like, I don't even know what's the strongest buildings in here. Like, you need to give me some circles to work out. But so for these players now, these 3 players, this is not trick or treat. Like, my brain's telling me the wrong things, but hide and seek, very much so, is tricky. And Sony is coming in close proximity, and that could just be his, I don't know now, what, 6th, 7th kill, and that will mean how many points?
He's smurfing. He's smurfing on all of these. I mean, 180 points. Is that what we're counting? Is that right? 6 times 30? I mean, I was never one.
Of course,
I kind of failed maths the first year. It took me kind of 2 years to pass it, but you know, we get there eventually. We learn slowly, but albeit, I mean, to be fair, on now Yasnaya Polyana, visual cues not going to be so common when it comes to these final fights. More going to be the sounds, and this is something really important here, particularly, of course, as Sony does get closer to Jodisa, and now how actually he's going to now zoom out or just die. To be honest, that also works, quite frankly, and so in this case, another.
Hey, but you know what I like? Sever taking the Ghillie Suit away and got into town early enough, because in the past we have lost more people to Papa Blue than we want. Okay, so we do try to, that's enough offering of players to Papa Blue, right? Like, he needs to stop being mean, but to be honest, like, they need to start getting the vehicles. It's like a recurrent theme in SkillzVault, but this time around we didn't have huge issues around that. Like, so Sony got in time, Sony got in time, but also got the circle very close to him. So, okay, this is where it gets interesting. What would you do if you are Zephyr?
If I'm Zephyr, honestly, you just gotta hope. You gotta pray that you can outlive a player like Sony, because clearly the difference maker here is Zephyr is on a wonderful 1 kill. Albeit credit to him, he's now got a Ghillie Suit. He looks like he's a model ready for the Paris runaway. But on the end of Sony Sona is already covered in blood. He is killed everyone in and around that runway. He is ready to now take Zephyr, the next in line to walk down there. And quite frankly, if I am Zephyr, what I do now is we play a strategy called the turtle strategy or the hermit strategy, where we just
Okay.
pretend that we don't exist. And we're going to hide in a building. We're going to set up. We're going to cook some dinner. We're going to play a little bit of PUBG inside of PUBG because we're in an Inception right now, game inside of a game. And then we're going to wait. And we're going to hope and we're going to pray that a player like Sona will forget about us and will then make friends with the Blue Zone.
Okay, I hear two things here. One, did you just say it's a turtle strategy, but you quoted Kermit? Are we having a
Hermits.
different... Okay.
Oh no! Well,
It's like-
we could be Kermit strategy too. We could. That's you've got enough time on your hands with that strategy to learn that impression as well.
Oh, that's true. And I also heard almost eat, pray, love. So we are going very artistic here, guys. But you know
Oh,
what?
yes,
Speaking
exactly.
of books or movies, I need to start creating some. I mean, like, what would you say after watching all these plays so far? Yes, we are ready for a 1v1, but with what we've seen so far, what topic about PUBG do you want me to write a book on, or maybe make a video about?
Well, if honestly we're gonna make a video, it's got to be about PUBG, right? And you got to make that really typical, Asian cinema style of really dramatic. Zoom quickly in onto Zephyr, zoom quickly in onto Sona, and then you also then got to be like side and side, cut down the middle, both their screenshots of them facing the
Right.
camera, looking at each other, being like, wow, Zephyr versus Sona. Who's gonna win in the final showdown? Look at them go. Sona already inside a building. Zephyr inside his kitchen too. He's cooking up a storm. He's cooking up his strategy to decimate through Sona. And then you have the final showdown, like cowboy style, of them running at each other with the pistol and revolver, because that's clearly what you mentioned was popular, and then ending the game that way.
What the hell? That was like a Street Fighter start with a comedic
Exactly.
finish, like, and okay, I get what you mean now. Okay, and okay, this is interesting. I want to see that. And Zephyr's just crossing the street. And yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm watching Forrest Gump. I'm not going to lie, and but not in this game. Like, this is different, and this is where I find this interesting. In the very concrete heavy town, Sevier doesn't use the grass, so he is out of his cover, and now I think Son is just baiting, no, is taunting, and is a much needed taunt because this can take literally forever, and he just wants to kill someone, and he's got too many points right now, so he doesn't mind losing this one if he can come in with some decent points the next one. Yeah,
Is that the goal?
I
Really?
get
Do
your
we have
point.
to kill? Can we not make friends? Can we not just shake hands? I mean, we could shake
We've got
hands
a
with a
pan fight.
revolver later.
Oh, you know what? Last time we've got someone initiating a pen fight, and the other person comes in and jump around and say, "I don't have a pan." He's even turned his
Can
back
you
around to
damage
show that-
someone though? With throwing
With
a pan
what?
at someone? Does that actually damage people, or do we just kind of throw
Yes.
it for the memes?
It's now a thing. It's now a thing. You can you can throw these melee weapons, and I will show you one clip, right? Like, we actually had this moment when we talk about that would be a cool moment to have someone throw a pen and kill someone. The same day Sandstorm and myself talked about that, someone got a headshot in PMPL. I think it's the Singaporean and Malaysian region, and that became a huge meme. And yes, if you headshot someone with the pan, they are probably going to die. It's probably not to that level of an AWM,
Wow.
but it hurts really, really bad. So pan fight, I'm down. And right now, Sone is just like, fight me. And here comes the smoke. That is the invitation back to fight.
Zephyr already going down though to now a half HP. Try to smoke up, try to make the bait, but it just doesn't work. He gets caught out, and Sona grabs himself another Tarzan. I mean, Sona completely taken over on that game, quite frankly. But Zephyr tried his best. He's going to grab a second position. He's still going to grab those points up, and he's still got one more game to go, quite frankly. But albeit, Sona coming into this next game looks pretty darn scary indeed.
Wow. I mean, that was a very nice game based on the level of domination from one player. Of course, we don't know how tight these fights were. It seems like he just found these other players first and strike first. So we want more competitiveness, but you know what? I'm happy with what we've seen so far. Seems like it's slightly more of the Sporter type, because Sporter is the player, by the way, from Korean region. He is actually a very high level player, and we try to match players to his level and see how good they are, because we want to find the best region as well. But nonetheless, that was our first game. I know you love Miramar. That's the desert dunes that we are very close to, and we will get to see that after a while. But we'll first go on to a short break and some ads. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Hello and welcome, I'm Tesri, and today with me is Tien Zombie V4. I'm sure you want to get to know him better. Hello, how are you?
Tôi khỏe, cảm ơn bạn rất là nhiều.
Okay, so first, let's go back to the roots. Please tell me, what was your biggest hobby as a kid?
Sở thích lớn nhất của tôi khi còn nhỏ đó chính là chơi game. Từ năm 14-15 tuổi tôi đã có sở thích chơi game rất là nhiều thể loại rồi.
So what was your first game you ever played?
Trò chơi điện tử đầu tiên tôi chơi đó chính là Crossfire, ở Việt Nam gọi là đột kích.
And your favorite game?
Trò chơi nào tôi cũng yêu thích. Hiện tại tôi đang chơi từ 4 đến 5 tựa game cơ, rất là nhiều.
Okay, so how many hours a day you spend playing games?
Khi tôi còn nhỏ ấy, thì thời gian chơi game của tôi đã dao động từ tầm 2 đến 2 tiếng rưỡi một ngày. Còn bây giờ chơi game là công việc chính của tôi rồi, nên là cứ lúc nào làm việc là tôi chơi à. Có ngày thì có thể là 10 đến 12 tiếng, nhưng mà có ngày lại không chơi tiếng nào, bởi vì đây là công việc của tôi rồi.
Okay, so do you have time for different hobbies, or you are focusing only on gaming?
Tôi có một sở thích khác, đó chính là nuôi cá cảnh biển và nuôi thép cảnh. Tôi đang tái tạo một cái dạng san hô trong chính ngôi nhà của mình.
What is the name of the fish?
Tôi đang tái tạo một dạng san hô ngay trong ngôi nhà, nên là có rất là nhiều loại như là Nemo này, tăng vàng, tăng tím này, tú hú này, nói chung rất là nhiều.
So when you are playing, you don't forget to, change the water?
Thời gian tôi thay nước để cá là từ 7 đến 10 ngày cơ, nên là rất là thoải mái. Tôi sẽ có một cái lịch lên sẵn, sắp xếp thời gian sao cho thay về nước phù hợp nhất, nên là chắc chắn đây là điều không thể quên được rồi.
Okay, so you have professional equipment, but let's go back to the games. From where and when did your passion for PUBG Mobile came from?
Thời gian chơi PUBG PC ấy, là ngay từ lúc PUBG PC xuất hiện ấy, thì cái thị trường game gần như là đổ sang tất cả game này à. Sau một thời gian chơi, tôi thấy PUBG Mobile ra ấy, chơi trên điện thoại cực kỳ tiện, nên là mình cũng đã tìm hiểu và chơi nghiện từ thời gian đấy tới bây giờ.
Okay, so when you are playing like 10 or 12 hours a day, what is the reaction of your family?
Bởi vì đây là công việc của tôi rồi. Có ngày tôi chơi từ 10 đến 12 tiếng, nhưng mà sẽ có những ngày nghỉ đến 2-3 ngày cơ, bởi vì như là tôi muốn thư giãn đầu óc để làm công việc nó tốt hơn đấy. Và vợ của tôi thì cũng ở nhà và hai vợ chồng cùng làm clip thôi, nên là vợ tôi khá là thoải mái về thời gian làm việc của tôi.
Congratulations! Congratulations! You just get married. When exactly?
Tôi đã kết hôn được 1 năm nay rồi, và bây giờ chúng tôi đang chờ đón đứa con được 3 tháng rồi.
Alright, so congratulations. Just married guy, pregnant wife, nice, very nice. Congratulations, you are a lucky guy. You are a lucky guy. Okay, so do you want to play with your baby? Like you want to show the gaming life, the gamer's life to your baby, or you will say, oh no, don't play games?
Chắc chắn rồi, tôi sẽ cho bé tiếp xúc nhưng mà không phải là quá nhiều, và tôi sẽ thoải mái hơn cho con tôi về vấn đề chơi game này. Chứ ngày trước ấy tôi cũng bị bố mẹ giới hạn chơi game khá là nhiều, nhưng mà bây giờ cách nghĩ của tôi đã thay đổi hoàn toàn rồi.
But not too much, yeah. Not 10 hours is enough, yeah. Not 12, 10 hours is enough.
Tùy vào sở thích của con mình thôi, nhưng mà tôi nghĩ là tầm nếu mà bé còn quá nhỏ thì mình sẽ làm cho mình sẽ hạn chế bé tiếp xúc thôi, và khi nào những độ tuổi lớn hơn và tùy theo thời gian thì tôi sẽ tính ra thôi. Bây giờ thì chưa thể nói trước được.
Okay, please tell me, is it gaming your only source of income?
Đúng rồi, đây là nguồn thu duy nhất của tôi, bởi vì gần như là toàn bộ thời gian mà tôi đã tập trung vào công việc. Tôi đã cống hiến 5 năm cho nghề này rồi.
How would you encourage young people to follow your footsteps?
Các bạn hãy cứ theo đuổi đam mê của mình. Ngày trước mình cũng không nghĩ là mình thành công được đến như thế này đâu. Có một thời gian 1 năm rồi mình làm không có một cái thành tựu gì cả, nhưng mà mình cứ bám trụ thôi. Và bây giờ mình cũng đã có một chút thành tựu đối với cái nghề này rồi. Nhưng mà không phải vì nghề này mà các bạn đánh đổi tất cả nhá. Hãy thật cân nhắc trong cái sự lựa chọn của mình.
It's a tough business. It's a really tough business, but yeah, like you said, following our own dreams is very important in life. Thank you so much. Say hello to your wife and see you on the battlefield.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you want to see TN Zombie V4 in action, you can't miss SkillzVault tournament. So follow us on our social media and see you next time.
Cryptocurrencies, it's like a virtual money. You can store it, you can spend it, transfer it, you can store it for short term or long term, like an investment. But overall speaking, it's like a virtual money. You can use it to buy things either online or offline. The only difference is that cryptocurrencies are quite new compared to fiat money.
And we are back in the studio. So the first game is over and we have a winner. Sona is the winner of the first game. Sure, we will start the second in a few minutes, but for now we will talk with our casters. Highland Wolf and Professor Tarzan are here. Hello guys again. So Highland, how did you like the game? Is it that what you expected?
Oh man, it was quite frankly, honestly, just a Shona show though, to be fair. I mean, Destry, you gotta admit, he went through every single city and there was no survivors wherever Sona went. I mean, he's racked up more points than I could probably count. Because, I mean, we talked about my math. It's not that good. It's probably over 9,000 or something like that. That's how good Sona felt.
Okay, so we have a better mathematician right here. Here with us is also Professor Tarzan. I know you're counting like everything, but please tell me, who do you think should win today's qualifier? Is it Sona?
I think so. Yeah, like based on all the data that I have, based on the math, based on religion. No, okay, no, let's not. Based on everything that I get to see so far, and the experience, most importantly, okay, in this game, in this tournament, that is a huge lead. And if we have him out of the second game and someone take over from that position, that is when we can actually match it. And now that I think about it, there were 1 or 2 players who could maybe match that skill level and make it an even bigger win, but it's required. There's one thing that's required of these players is that they have to have died a little bit later in that previous game. Otherwise, it's just quite a lot of points to catch up.
Oh yeah, and we have also Zephyr KA. When I'm Polish, so I can say Zefirka, but it is like Zephyr KA or something like this. He was also good. I love this fight when he was on the roof on the building, and one player was going around and finally he got the kill. So guys, Miramar is coming. But by the way, I love you, Cass. By watching this, you can feel this energy and synergy. So do your job, and now we are going to the second map. Miramar is coming.
Okay, do your job. Okay, I'll give it back to you. You now got the flow, so now you can do your thing. I can be interviewed.
Okay, so I have to host
in my
now?
comfort zone. Okay, go for
You're
it.
like back. You're like, okay, go
I'll
host.
give your job back.
Please. Well, I mean, to be fair,
yeah.
what a crazy, honestly, first game we had, quite frankly. I mean, as you said, rightly so, Sona is so far in the lead. It is pretty unreal. I mean, you probably see Sona playing with the pros later on, but to be frank, also you mentioned likes of Greece King, right? And you mentioned likes of Zafirka. And I'm just going to say Zafirka because I want to pretend that it just feels better. It feels better to say, but they did also pretty well. And when it comes to particularly Zafirka, coming into this second game, Tarzan, he's actually got a chance, albeit he's not there. So maybe he also has to rely that maybe someone else isn't there in the show with him.
You know what? We have already got... No, Savika can take this one. Okay, wait, yes. Yeah. Because he went out at second place, and the person who killed him was not in here. So we actually didn't have Sona in this one. And then the max amount of points would be around like 580. Savika got second place, was 380, maybe 1 kill, so 410. And he just needs to, beat half of the lobby. And basically the job is done. So that might be it. We talked about this guy, and now maybe that's the luck. The cast to bless, not the curse, because we've done that way too many times. And this is it. Like, he survived, and possibly the way to qualify as well.
Albeit, though, also Grease King is there, so Grease King maybe going to want to step up. It's going to be a long shot, though, for him. I mean, he went out early on, right? So he's not going to be so pretty if he wants to grab those points on board. However, if you are playing in this lobby and you're going to be a player like Zilika, Grease King, you're probably, ideally, to be honest, going to want to see where other players are dropping and try to hot drop on them because, of course, a kill is worth, 30 points already? So you're grabbing those points before you've even gotten a placement point. And by, of course, who is in this lobby, you're guaranteed at least a higher amount of points.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Numbers and all that. And right now, we don't even know how to predict that because it's anyone's game. And I love to see it because Grease King, we talk about him, and I talked about him before because he was in here at least twice. This is probably his third time, to say the least. And when we have Princess Xena, this other player have played, I don't know, this is the 5th qualification, I think. So is a lot of perseverance coming back. Also just testing of the skills, loving the cast, maybe that could be another reason. I really doubt that, but if that's the reason why you're here, I think you
we
dearly
can love you, Tarzan. It's okay.
Well,
we can love you. Okay. No, never. We always love Tarzan. I mean that's also my love, but we'll talk about this after the broadcast, Tarzan.
Yes, and you know what? On that kill feed, what we might have just missed is a guy called Hiruku getting eliminated. You know what's the story with this player? He actually qualified another time. So he's already in. So he's here to test his skills. His points won't count. He's here to disrupt the lobby. But seems like Hayes is just better. And you know what I like about this is we can already see some small things coming through. Zigzagging, getting the first skill, zigzagging out, but using the I button to keep what's behind. That is something that you need to properly learn, and you need to practice quite a lot to do that perfectly because the camera angles are annoying, but this type of basics are a good indicator of the skill level of Hayes as a player.
I'm really excited just to see that because obviously you see the difference, right? You look over to a player like ZFK, yes, they of course have been really well done, but they're not using the I button as much and not looking behind them. So when you think about a high ground, if someone does come in behind them, if you have a lobby full of players, Davika probably maybe gets caught out, particularly, of course, because they don't even have a gun to fire back, Tarzan, so it's dangerous to be so much in the open.
Yep. And there's more than one reason to do that, to be fair. And many reasons, but you're completely correct there. That type of mechanics, these small things that I love looking at is actually great. And you can see Savika has those very quick feet as well. So right now, I think just by the looks of it, and I know what Princess Dina can do or can't do. So right now, it will be between these two players, for now, but we also have Ricky in town, so we haven't seen the skill from this player yet, so it might be a little bit too late to the party, for this particular region, to be fair, because there's one game already, and we could see how Savika is actually a very decent player, just based off these, okay, this is interesting, because that is just a very, I don't know, it's so... Okay, I'm just gonna say it out loud. Like, we've had this in the past in this tournament where we suspect stream sniping, and there were once or twice when it was extremely obvious. So for
Okay.
I will scare you guys off if you are playing and watching. We are experienced enough to tell you off, and I'm pretty sure that I can make a very solid case to disqualify you. How about that? Now, if that is you, get off the screen. But if you're the rest of the viewers, I'm happy that you are here, and I'm happy that we are here. You know why, Jake? You know why, Highland Wolf? Why am I happy right now?
Why? We're gonna magic erase Ricky off the screen. Is that why we're happy?
No, there's
Is
one
that
more
what?
thing. Look
Oh,
through the
okay.
whole of your screen, and you will understand. 100%. I trust you.
Oh no.
Everything.
Tarzan,
Everything.
we're in Oasis. We are in Oasis. Is this why?
Yes.
Because I was gonna mention
Yes!
this, but like Oasis
Yes, we are.
is the best place in the world. It's the best place we could possibly be.
I love it. I love it when you see balance in life, when you feel balance in your
We're like
days.
yin and yang.
Yes, it's yin and yang. Desert dunes, you see these water. Man, it's so calming. It's so pleasing, and that is where Princess live. And there's anything, oh, if I can make a new cinematic or whatnot, I would make a character in a desert dunes type of city with ancient magic, but also ability to connect with the elements like water. Oh, that is going to be a fancy one.
Do you know what this sounds like? It sounds like the older PUBG update where we had the pyramids. Those were pretty exciting.
Oh,
the
God,
pharaohs.
yeah.
That is what it sounds like.
It actually was one of my favorite updates because one is a very good hot drop. You get to fight NPCs.
Raid boss.
Yeah, you've got a raid boss, and then you can just overlook the beautiful, landscape of the map, and then you see these cross pyramids. So for those who are watching who don't know what we're talking about, we once had this pyramid or Egyptian theme, and they add some of these new structures on the map that actually are just pyramid looking. There are ways to hide, there are bosses to fight, you will fight against each other. It's a huge hot drop, and then you've got mini games within it as well, and when a certain time comes, they will actually ascend and start to float up to the sky, and they'll float across the map, and you can jump down like for a parachute jump, like if you want, or you can actually see these pyramids go past each other. They will intersect, and you can drop onto a different pyramid and fight people who are in there. And usually it's a good fight because they are those who survived out of these hot drops. There's like 3 or 4 of them across the map. So, man, those were the good days. And Ricky found his treat in Oasis. Unfortunately, Princess will be gone again. It's too many. So I feel sad for this player because they are very, very.
They need rescued. They need rescued. To be fair,
sad.
The name
sad.
says it all, right? Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll tell you another very short story about that player.
Tell
because
me.
the name says Princess, it actually is very relevant to our age and time, and in casting as well. We actually have the first full PMPL female team, right? Like from France. The Sirens have made it.
Do.
Well done. Yes, they are
Very
amazing,
exciting.
and we get to see them in a few days, ready to make. So Ricky is struggling with driving. We're going to continue with my point, but when we talk about players, especially in this type of lobby, when we haven't had interviews or whatnot, we don't know what they're made of. We don't know their gender. We don't know all these stuff. So I started using they and them a lot more, and it actually is a very good reminder because sometimes because he or she or whatnot. So I know you probably are more in tune with me in these sort of topics just because I'm a bit more unwillingly old-fashioned, and now it's great to learn. So that is my connection with that one player. Yes, maybe not so much from mechanics, but yes, it's a great reminder for our whole scene, and to be fair, for everyone.
Also, to be fair, I mean, when you look towards me, Tarzan, I am neither a he or a she. Sometimes you could argue, you could also say I'm just a dog. I'm just like a creature, an animal, Hund, if you speak German. So also, thank you very much.
Yes.
You've been calling me he all these times. Actually,
How do you feel?
we need to change it up. Feel insulted. Feel insulted, quite
How-
frankly.
How are you? Like, and they. I can't even find a sentence right now. My brain is trying to undo
Wait,
the
shut
years
up.
of education and all these stuff. And you know what? I love it. That is exactly what I love about SkillzVault.
Exactly.
It's not just the type
This
of
is why
game. Yes,
you
it's the new things.
respect your elders and your dogs. Yes.
So, is that what we were telling the audience? Like, respect your elders. So,
Yeah.
elder referring to me, and then you.
Yeah, definitely, Tarzan.
My God.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate thing now, guys. Okay, we've got the
Yeah.
spider legs. How do you call this one in front of us?
But I call that a tower. That is what we call that, Tarzan. I mean, also it's called a hill, it's called a bush, it's called a rock.
Oh God damn it!
Unfamiliar
Okay.
to many people, but it is actually a part of the globe. It's part of planet Earth.
I am new to this generation. I'm new to computers, but I think I'm okay
Yes.
with ancient.
It's okay,
stuff.
Tarzan.
Yeah, I
I'll
know
lead you
that is
through
a rock. I think I know that is metal on his behind, so I don't struggle all that much.
Wow.
But you know what? You actually caught me there. Like, that was the same structure of a tower as on Erangel. I don't know what I'm talking about. That was
Really?
actually just that tower from the Sunken City. So I am having a mini stroke. I'm going to have a check out, and so wish me luck. And right now we've got a nice car in here. Do you know what it's called? Like, sometimes I've forgotten what they are called. It's in the most the second most recent patch. I think they added these, and they added the McLaren skin. And I've completely forgotten what is originally called. Like, what? Okay. Should we?
Yeah, but I only
Google
remember
search?
it as like almost the orange version, the less platinum you could ask version of Golden Murado. I mean, also, to be quite
True.
frank, Tarzan, yes, you could have an orange car like this. Yes, you could look fancy. But have you
Yes.
seen the Beep Beep Bus? The Beep Beep Bus is the
God,
one
here
and
we go
only
again.
true favorite. I mean, to be fair, the bus is just the height, the width of the bus, the fact that it has the distance between the wheels are further, the fact that you have the bear logo on the front and the sides, you can have multiple people inside it, inside protection. Whereas, I mean, look, all you've got is a front window, and that's not even a front window. See, this would not happen with the Beep Beep Bus, Tarzan. In a Beep Beep Bus,
Oh yeah.
there is no making
True.
mistakes. There is only true perfection.
That was 1080, if I calculate correctly. That's also the resolution of screens,
Yes.
and you need to see better. And yes, Beep Beep Bus, I know your love for that thing. It's almost like I can picture you still holding one. And you know what? You know how some of our colleagues have great collections? You need to find the exact model or get someone to custom make the original
Exactly.
Miramar bus. And that would be one of, to be fair, that is probably a present idea. Okay, crap, I spoiled it, yeah? Like, like that could be the perfect gift of some time. And you know what? Sometimes you need to be brave in life. I'll tell you why. If you name yourself Grease King, you see some what? Like, no, not the time, not yet. It's about Grease King. You saw how he flipped just now. He got punished for being scared. Someone drove in front of him, and he decided to yeet away. That's no good. It's not what we want to see in a king. Like, you need a different name. We need to live up to it, right? Like, look at me. I'm neither. Okay, I'm not going to go. Okay, yeah. I'm not like ripped. Like, I don't have the longest hair. I wear clothes. Okay, so it's actually anti or counter logic right now. So maybe that's what Grease King is trying to do, but it's not what you want to prove in this game. It's not what you want to prove in this game. You want to be dominating. You want to be driving well. You want to be the kings, and you want to qualify and represent the region. I think that is something that we need to remember. Is yes, they do carry some national pride, like if we do see it that way. And Savika, definitely with the mechanics right here, and an AK Mini 14 loadout. Oh, that is an old school.
Oh, Also, to be fair, honestly, quite frankly, if you just put a crown on my head, then I feel very ethereal and I feel very, quite frankly, powerful, more powerful than I am in PUBG. Because even with the best gun, quite frankly, Tarzan, you look towards the zone. And again, this is exactly the strategy that I would use. I would just hide on the edge. If I was a Fierker, who needs to fight? Who needs to play with guns? I mean, you could just take all the guns off. Because, quite frankly, who needs
that's true.
to kill people when you can just drive about like Isa and you can just find your position, this beautiful position? You can take a screenshot. You can say, "Look, I'm chilling with the lads. I'm chilling with Ricky. I'm chilling with First Task. I'm chilling with Harwood."
Okay, there's not chilling.
Also, of me finder, of whatever this is. This is like something out of. Oh my days! Tarzan, we're breaking. I think whatever I've said.
The cars.
I don't know what to quite frankly say, but the cars are growing intelligence. They're fighting back. The cars are taking over. It's like something out of Terminator.
It's happening now from this game. And you know what, like, initially I was thinking, oh, this is a pretty nice and calming documentary through the desert dunes of Miramar, brought to you by Highland Wolf. And then they start crashing, right?
And then
can we stop?
It's something out of like a horror film. Just the cars fighting back.
It's like fast.
Could you imagine if the cars just do damage? Yes, Fast and Furious.
Do.
I mean, honestly,
they do damage.
Like
watching
when you crash
it like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When you crash
I mean,
it like
watching
that,
this Tarzan, no, yeah. It just makes it look like driving is a whole nother level when you watch these players driving sometimes. Honestly,
yes.
Not gonna lie, bit of a noob driving myself. We put the L plates on.
Hey, you know what? Like, I actually got an idea for you, and you're gonna love this one, okay? Because you know how you've talked about the beep beep bus about 21 times in the past, if not more.
22.
You should clip all of 22. Yeah, almost there. You should clip all of those, and then make a montage out of your beep beep bus. Okay, moments. Okay.
No.
Yes, welcome to Miramar, guys. That's how we've died in the I actually lost so much health like that in the past, and seems like it's very well done, PUBG. That is actually sand, so now you can inject the head of your vehicles in there to make it more realistic. Okay, I'm gonna continue with my idea.
Real life.
It's that montage first part, okay? And the second part, you create a video of yourself actually, like a stream type of stuff. Face cam with you actually driving the bus and the joy on your face, and that can be a great video of you casting beep beep bus moment, and then you actually driving it and showing people how much you love it. And we kind of do a slow zoom in into your face. The proportion of the game screen and your face is slowly changing, so you can see you are actually very, very happy driving it, and that would be a viral video. Like, I think it's going to be
I could just
amazing.
I could just turn around its camera and just with bright eyes, wide smile, just be like, it's plausible, Tarzan, that I could be a beep beep bus driver for the global championships of PUBG Mobile. That's what I could say, right?
Yeah, and someone should also edit like a driver's, I don't know, a captain type of cap. I know you're not a pilot or whatnot. And right here, we all need to be better drivers.
Stylish.
Hayes are going for... Okay. This is going to be interesting. Waiting for Winchester headshot, because that will not kill Hayes. After that, okay. Excuse me. Do we have the pixels? No. He missed it, but he fired, and that's the info.
Going again.
Over. Oh, here comes. He's coming
it's
back.
Already under. Hayes knows. He wants it. You can feel it. I mean, he's coming back through. The problem is, though, for Hayes, is that you can know that there is long-range potential threat here coming through from Grease King. So actually, as a result, Hayes does have to be a little bit respectful, although I think the Grease King, quite frankly, had probably the opportunity there. I think knew obviously clearly where Hayes was, but just didn't really have the idea of when he was actually going to cross over that hilltop. So unfortunately for them, we're going to have to do a little bit of skirmish. We're going to have to get a little bit closer, more personal, up front personal, and uncomfortable, quite frankly. Grease King and also Hazer, now also together. Hazer going inside the shed and going to set up Shaq. For now, he's taken home. Grease King, not so much. He's standing outside, he's knocking on the door, and he's been like, well, I want to enter. And then Hayes says, well, actually, no, you cannot well enter my house, and I will just actually take you out of Miramar as a whole. And Hazer also says, your body is now mine, and I'm going to strip you completely naked of every piece of loot you own.
My God, that is violent. But you know what? Sometimes that's like the looting concept of all of that. And to be fair, you can see Hayes is a very decent player. Yes, I mean he missed out on, you know, the side of his screen. He could have killed Grease King a little bit earlier. But if I were him as well, to be fair, in that last moment, if I see someone prone like that holding a Winchester against me, like that third person, I would literally try to throw a pan. I would try to throw a pan. If that doesn't work, I would try a nade. But that's just me. Like I've now calibrated to the mentalities of, you know, being a good player in this game. I'm a good sport. I can spray. I have the witty and funny side. We've got players in the past who saw someone at first dance in the building before killing them. So that is great. But Hayes is definitely struggling on one area here, which is driving. We've seen them got 3 cars stuck, yeah, and then that is a bit of a record. Like I think that's the most amount that we've seen, and it's like they pick up a new car every time, C1, and then they screw up every single one. So that is a record right now. But obviously we've got some good mechanics coming through as well, and this is counter logic as well. Like Savirka, we know that it can be really, really good, but sometimes just doing dumb things so that people maybe bait it, so that they will open shots, then that's the info coming through. So, you know, the bait game is actually the highest level of gameplay sometimes.
Quite frankly, though, also when it comes to the pans, and we're going to go back to the pans, yes, we are Tarzan. What I really want to see implemented, yes, we've already now got damage when you throw your throwables and your melee weapons at other people, is you need to be able to smack them back. I mean, I want to see some Andy Murray-esque hand tennis with grenades. That is what I want to see, Tarzan, honestly, from these players. I mean, could you imagine the possibilities if someone throws a nade down on top of you and then you smack it back 500 miles per hour straight back up the hill into their face and then it blows them up? Could you imagine the clippable content on that?
Yes, I mean, this is a thing, right? At the highest level of, how should I say, like the resolution of the game. Like, I know, like in pro play, people don't go for that because they want to just have the highest frame rates. Like here, if we can max out every bit of graphic with the best phone that we can find on Earth, like gaming phone, and then if you can see bullets flying towards you, and then you can, because pans cannot be penetrated in this game, right? So if you can just smack the heck back and you can see the projectile of the bullet coming and then you smacking it back, that would be sick. Now, you can just throw things as well, like throw a nade. Oh, imagine a nade as well. Imagine throwing a nade before it actually explodes. If you can actually smack them back and forth with a pan.
Yes, exactly. It's nade tennis.
That would be so fun. That is great.
Oh man,
and that would be.
Can you imagine a molly though? Because clearly, if nothing can penetrate a pan, I mean, even fragile glass in a Molotov could be smacked back, and then you just burn your opponent down with their own utility. I mean, there are so many possibilities. It's a world of imagination when it comes to PUBG Mobile. And quite frankly, if that is not in the next update, I'm going to have to write a formal email of complaint and confusion of why pan tennis is not inside the game.
Write that down, guys. No, like seriously, we need to write that down. And then right here, this could be actually a high-level type of ending. Snipers against snipers, maybe. It's peek and shoot. It's about repositioning, which is what they're doing. But yes, PUBG pan tennis. That is peak PUBG. Imagining using, like, when we talk, okay, like, we may need to pause that because that could be extremely wrong for whoever peeks too long.
Oh man, unfortunately already for the rest inside a building, Heiser in a little bit of problems. Pacific is gonna take down a helmet, puts him down, Heiser, to pretty much nothing. And they're still gonna stay here because look at where they are. They're in phase 5. They don't have to worry They can take this fight all darn day long, Tarzan. And Heiser, seems like you don't want to leave that building. I mean, rightly so. Could you leave this building? Could you realistically come out and take it to Vicky, who thinks he's left out one building of the entrance, but psych, he's actually come out the other entrance, and that tree does block Savika's view. So Savika is going to have to wait a little while. He's going to have to re-find Heiser. And this is pretty stuff, because now as Heiser, if he can find the right angle, that element of surprise, he can maybe actually take down Savika if he can wrap around. I mean, albeit goes back inside, same location, makes it a little bit easier. Okay, wants to make it a little bit of a challenge for himself. So he knows Savika isn't going to be able to kill him. Hasn't done it so far. Goes shoots back. Savika dodges the bullets. But Heiser, well, you don't have to worry, because he also dodges. The only problem is, though, Heiser's beautiful head no longer has a helmet on it. So a couple of shots through from Savika, Tarzan, and he's going to be kissing sweet good night to that sand dunes.
Yeah, I think 2 taps, right? Like, 1 probably doesn't kill, but without the helmet, that I really am not sure. And yes, professors need to study as well from time to time. This might just be the last one. AK against Mini 14, not even concluded yet. That is insane. That is both missing out on a huge opportunity.
Albeit, though, still Heiser's got himself outside now, the rock there to protect him. Savika has to move in as well. Phase 5 is kind of close in. So we have a little bit of time on our hands. We can delay this. Don't want to probably delay it, because keep in mind, there is still going to, I believe, inevitably a third player somewhere. I don't know where they are. It might be down to just 2 now remaining, but I did see 3 last time. My maths ain't so good, albeit now we come back to the smoke road. And this is where we talk about here, Tarzan, the end game, and quite frankly, also setting up everything you need to, and then just getting shot down. It's only 2 players remaining, rightly so. And honestly, Tarzan, that is what I was worried about. That is what I was honestly considering when it comes down to embarrassing moments. You have all of this set up, and then actually it comes back. You come to the ending, and you get knocked out anyways. Also, just a little side note, I ended up writing it down. Don't worry, we've got pan tennis on there on my notepad. So we've it's not going anywhere. I made sure we're going to remember it, and we're going to obviously add Testree's opinion as well on that after the break, where we can discuss even more about that beautiful your imagination.
You know what? We can get his opinion like right now. I think soon. I need to get I'm getting the info right now. Are they coming in yet? Producer is out. Do we get? Okay, he's ready. Let's get him in to see his opinion on this pen tennis thing, because I think we should.
Pan tennis, let's go. Grenade panable tennis. Testree, what's your opinion on it, my man?
Hey, you know what? I need to say one thing, yeah, because, this is your first day in SkillzVault today, and you wanted to go for a break. Man, there's no breaks here. We are on fire always. There is no breaks here. So actually, I like this match because I think, changed the Vietnam today, because, it was always about fun. Today, it was about competition, so I like it. Yeah.
It was a note that I was trying to show is Wolf plus the beep beep bus, but the lighting screwed it up. But it's on the notepad. How do you find this?
It's good.
How do you find that game? No, okay, we're now the host. We are going to interview you. Okay, so what's your favorite moment in that game? Because I for sure have a few.
Okay, so my favorite moment, actually, I will go into the fun. Okay, I have 2 favorite moments in this game. So the first one is Grease King looking for a kill and moving very, very slowly, watching his opponent. And then so I have 3 favorite moments. The second favorite moment is when he saw his opponent like going straight into the building, and he was not shooting. He was waiting for the best moment, and then after that he was killed. And my third favorite moment is actually this guy who was flipping over in his buggy. Yeah.
It's the cars. Yeah. It's the cars. You know how that can actually get you killed. Like last time we've seen someone losing so much health, like flipping a car, and if he just done it one more time, then that is going to be done. Like that's it, right? But if you have the beep beep bus, then it should be a lot easier. Like it has a high center of gravity. We have to say that, right? So I'm gonna let you defend that one yourself.
I mean,
Ah.
to be fair, right? Like the beep beep bus is the best. I mean, Testry, you can't say anything else. If you dare say that any other vehicle in Miramar is better than a beep beep bus, we're gonna have to have words. Okay.
Okay. So it's the best. Yeah.
It's the best.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This can
So
clearly
He said it's
guys,
camera. It's okay, guys. It's clearly true.
It is. So I've heard that our admins are like counting points right now. We will find out who have won later on. And for now, it is all about the stream. It is over because we have fourth qualification for Vietnam. It is over right now, and we are waiting for the final. And all I wanted to say is thank you very much, guys. It was like always a pleasure, and it was really nice to see you again, Tarzan, and it was really nice to meet you, Highland Wolf, today. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, we are done for today. So, no more qualifications for Vietnam. And I think we will see each other in 2 days because China is entering the game in 2 days. So, see you on Sunday. Feel invited. See ya. China is going in.
For the first time, I saw you dancing. The room was filled with your grace and your energy.